Welcome to Monster Men.
Ah, hey, it's Horrortober, mother effer.
Happy Horrortober, big guy.
That's the first thing I said this morning when I woke up, before wishing my daughter a happy birthday. So sad.
Good morning, good morning.
The morning's here, the morning's here. Your friend's fan for that one.
Well, we start celebrating Halloween on January 1st. Then, if really officially Halloween season kind of starts September 1st, but Horrortober is where it really kicks into gear.
I've been told I'm not allowed to celebrate Halloween on Christmas Day. That's the one day I'm supposed to shut up. Yeah, so whatever.
Well, I got a special treat for us. Today what we're going to do is we're going to curate a watch list. And I know we were busy, so we're not getting this up till October 1st, but I got this book. It's called Tales of Terror, Steve Hutchinson's 31 Days of Terror. This is a cool book. The way this book works is it has a whole bunch of categories. You take dice, like my partner has right there, and you roll the dice one at a time. So when you roll them, it gives you, you go to the table of contents, and you pick a category. So I'm just going to read a bunch of these categories. Plausible horror movies, supernatural horror movies, surreal, horror movie sequels, horror movie remakes, anthologies, 60s horror, 70s horror, all the years like that. Horror movies in color.
Potables.
Slasher fix, found footage, haunting horror movies, creepiest horror movies, horror comedies, horror fantasy. This I'm not even reading. Horrors with zombies, horrors with ghosts, with vampires, foreign, horror movies with unique stories, with unique special effects, with unique ambiance, with perfect gimmicks. So when you dial, if you rolled like a 5-1, that's horror movies with vampires, because it's 5 and 1. I don't know if you can see that. So we have,
Oh my god!
in the interest of time savings, we have pre-rolled the month. That man, Mama needs a new pair of shoes.
Shook it up, baby. These are my Yahtzee dice, by the way. My winning Yahtzee dice. Because nobody can beat me in Yahtzee.
I've tried. I can't. Have you ever seen the Yahtzee thing that's like a Dawn of the Dead head or a Walking Dead zombie head cup? Yeah, that's something like in Borders books.
That's awesome. There's nothing more fun than playing Yahtzee when everybody's like really like you've been drinking all day and your nerves are frayed and you're shaking that cup, just annoying everybody.
The worst hangover game ever.
Exactly.
Operation and Yahtzee. Want to hear the most annoying noise in the world? Okay, so we have pre-rolled 29 days, and we've left the last 2 days to do live as the finale, because we're so dramatic. That also saves me from having to edit all the time between us rolling the dice a million times.
It's not working forever.
So, do you want to like go back and forth, or you want to read some and then I'll read some, or?
Well, yeah, we'll alternate.
Okay.
I'll do odds, you do evens. How about that?
Okay. Since you're odd,
Okay.
you go first.
I'm very odd. And by the way, these are movies that you can watch if you want to. There were some here I actually hadn't heard of that I'm going to try to watch. Also, since Jack and I watch a ton of horror movies, especially me, I did 50 last year. If you follow us on Twitter under the hashtag Horrortober, we tweet out all the movies that we watch. I rate them on 1 to 9 Tana leaves. What do you do, Jack? I forget how
I
you
kind of change it every time.
Yeah, I know.
So I do many amusing readings. I was doing like something like gimmicky like you, and then I felt like it was too much copying you. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to rate them more humorously.
I like the way that you just mix it up, man.
Yeah.
I'm doing it to honor my dad. My dad he used to just, when I would wake up really tired, he goes, "That boy needs 9 Tana leaves."
I love it. And then what we'll do is we'll keep track of all this, and we'll post on our blog at the end of the month everything we watched. I have no idea if I'm going to get to 31. I might beat it. The Red Sox may do better, and I may end up watching more baseball than horror movies. they could be a horror movie themselves, and I'll be out early, and who knows?
Yeah, you're lucky. My Mets are out of it, so I have nothing but time to watch movies.
When you're a Halloween guy like us, there's always that little part of you that when your team gets eliminated, you're like, all right, well, that just freed up my Halloween time.
When the Mets were in the World Series in 2015, it killed me. I was like, sons of bitches! I can't get to the stuff I got to get to.
I remember being in 2007, the Red Sox were in the World Series, and this girl's having a Halloween party, and she's like, I am not going to have baseball on at my party. I said, well, then I'm not coming to your party.
Exactly.
So then the day of the party comes, and they got out to a huge lead, and somebody like texts me and it's like, oh, you got to come, whatever. So I'm like, all right, comfortable lead, I'll go. I get there, the game's on anyway. I was like, awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, let's jump into this sucker. So October 1st, which has already passed, but you can go catch up on this, is Theater Bazaar from 2011, which I told Jack when we rolled this, I think it's on Shudder. I thought it, and it has kind of like a retro poster.
I think Jason watched that for Final Guys. I think that was one of his movies.
I never listened, so.
Yeah, I know. All right, number 2 for October 2nd, which a lot of people will watch this on October 2nd first. It's the remake of Last House on the Left from 2009, which is not, as far as remakes goes, one of the better ones.
I agree. I think it's actually a little better than the original.
It's definitely easier to get through.
Yes. The October 3rd, if you are all jazzed up about Stephen King adaptations with It and Gerald's Game, try this one for size, Maximum Overdrive. If you like AC/DC, that's your movie.
And I think the most notable thing about this is that as a kid, I was more excited about the fact that it was the Green Goblin's face on the truck. And you didn't get a lot of Marvel stuff back then, so my favorite bad guy of all time was on a truck.
Yeah, you took what you could get back in the day.
Yes. Number 4 is actually a movie I was looking to track down. You know me and the Hammer movies. It's the original Vault of Horror from 1973. Matter of fact, my laptop is on a pile of books to raise it up. I've got a horror movie book from when I was a kid, and I distinctly know the page with the Vault of Horror picture on it. And so,
you're gonna visit it then?
I think I'm gonna revisit it.
You should. October 5th, Shiny More Paramedic, Return of the Living Dead. Which, if you go to Best Buy, they are selling this and the Funhouse and a bunch of movies on Blu-ray for $5 with new covers. It looks like the same artist did these really awesome covers, so check it out at Best Buy.
I'm going. I have that on DVD, but are there any extras on it?
I have no idea. I doubt it. For $5, look, I'm happy to just get a movie.
All right, the next one. This book strays a little bit outside of the horror lines, so take or leave this one, but we left it in. I think it comes from the sci-fi world. It's The Terminator from 1984. However, the Terminator was like, after Jason and Freddy, was like really one of the first villains that kept getting back up. So
this is true, and unlike them, he was naked.
Yes.
October 7th is I love this movie, The Purge: Anarchy.
This is the second one, right?
Yes.
This is good. That's the Frank Grillo's in that. He's awesome.
Yeah, and I love the third one. The third one has a scene that I want to tattoo on my body one day, but the second is awesome too.
Yeah, these Purge movies are way better than I ever thought they'd be.
Oh, they're solid. That's one of the most solid horror franchises of the last 20 years, maybe.
Isn't Cersei from Game of Thrones in the first one?
She certainly is.
Mm-hmm. All right, the next one is not one of my favorite movies in the world. Poltergeist 2, The Other Side. Take me to the other side. 1986. That's what the old guy, right? Y'all gonna die.
Oh god, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, so I'm not. Listen, as you said, this is just a suggestion. This is a great list, a lot of variety. I'm gonna pick and choose some of these, but I love the concept of this book.
Yeah, it's awesome. We should have written this damn thing.
I know, kidding.
Lazy bastards we are. Well, here's another one. If you don't like October 8th, you're really not going to like October 9th for horror. Jurassic World.
It seems like when this movie came out, everybody was really excited about it, and then a couple of months later, everybody realized Star Wars was just sort of a big rehash of the old Star Wars, and this was just a rehash of the original Jurassic World, or Jurassic Park.
The biggest rehash of Jurassic Park you could ever conceive. It was unbelievable. But whatever. My mother liked it.
That's a couple of
So did my daughter.
Chris Pratt. I like him. But
Mm-hmm.
all right, number 10 is actually a movie I keep thinking about rewatching. It's been a long time, and I know I'm going to fall asleep in the middle of it. But there's like there's a new version of it that just came out, like a fork, whatever they call it. It's Suspiria from 1977.
Dario Argento.
Yeah. The best thing is there's a Twitter account, Ghoulia Child, and it's all like scary, spooky food and stuff. And they once had Suspiria cupcakes, and like they had these like sugar pane glass shards in the.
Oh, that you could stick in your eye.
Yeah, like it was awesome. All right,
Hey,
October 11th.
We knocked Dario, but he was involved in Dawn of the Dead. Okay, this one I had never heard of. Frankenstein versus Baragon.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a wrestling match or a movie.
1965, right?
65. That might be a horror thing. Or American International Pictures.
I don't know. For some reason, it sounds Japanese to me.
Oh, God. Watch it's like a 50-foot tall Frankenstein.
Steve Barnard would know what this is.
Not enough Japanese hookers.
I don't know if I'm going to watch this one. I'm definitely going to look it up.
Yeah. I'm going to try.
The next one made me think of you. It's Insidious from 2010.
Come to the further.
Well, that's the one with Darth Maul, right?
Yes. That movie, the first half of it is jarring.
Yeah, that's right. I now remember this. The first half's like really scary, and then the second half is...
Then the ghost hunters come in.
Yeah.
Like, okay. October 13th, which is a Friday this year.
Friday the 13th. If you waste your Friday the 13th on this movie...
Yeah, get ready. When I think Friday the 13th, I always think Blade 2.
You know what's funnier? You got to Google Patton Oswalt talking about the behind the scenes of this movie. It was a mess. Wesley Snipes wouldn't talk to people. He hated Ryan Reynolds. The whole thing was a big mess. Like, it's really entertaining. You track down Patton Oswalt's take on Blade 2.
See, watch that instead of the movie. It'll be good.
Hey, listen, Jessica Biel. Okay, the next one I do not know. The October 14th, Saturday the 14th, not the Richard Benjamin movie.
Yeah.
Edge of Sanity from 1989.
No idea. Never heard of it.
I'm going to Google it. It's interesting, but this is what's cool about this book, is when two old idiots like us are like, oh, I've never heard of that one.
We're not omniscient.
Yeah.
We haven't seen it all. Let's see.
15th.
October 15th is a movie my wife and I were watching this morning. The Mummy from 1989.
99.
99. That's right. My daughter.
You know something? I was never that crazy about these mummy movies. We talked about this. But now that the Tom Cruise one comes out, I feel like this is Citizen Kane.
The 1999 movie is really good. The other two, especially the third, is total crap. But that first one is so... It holds up, because we were watching it today. I'm like, man, it's a lot of fun.
Cool. The next one is another movie that I've been thinking about revisiting. It's the New Nightmare from 1994, which is the Nightmare on Elm Street, when they kind of rebooted it as it's the real world with the real actors, and then Freddy kind of comes into the real world, so it's really meta. And I did not really like this movie when I watched it, but it gets a lot of praise, so I think I need to go back and watch it again and give it another try.
You're the Freddy man. You got to watch that shit.
Well, I call myself the Freddy guy, but I love the first and the third one, and the other ones, I like specific scenes from a couple of them. But
yeah, I get it.
I like the guy Freddy more than the movies.
I understand.
That's even like Jason. The Friday the 13th movies are all like, it's the concept of them. It's you watch.
I can watch all of them. It's ridiculous.
They're fun, but it's not like,
Oh my god, they're terrible.
You love them on a level.
Yes.
All right, you're up.
October 17th, call in sick to work.
Yeah. Don't
go to school, because you're going to be sitting down watching the original It. And you'll get your Tim Curry Pennywise.
That was like a 2-night event, right?
Yeah, it's not short.
Not sure. You just want to watch the part with the kids.
Yes. You may want to skip the John Ritter part.
I saw the last 20 minutes of the original recently, right from when they go into the cave with the spider to the end. Ooh.
Yeah. I didn't like that, and I don't like the book, so
Yeah, I
it was
saw
a
the book.
miracle I enjoyed the new movie.
I saw the book in the bookstore recently, and it's like that thick, and I'm like, I'll never read that book. Are you
Dude,
kidding me?
I am reading the extended version of The Stand right now. Now, I read it years ago, maybe 20 years ago. I have realized I'm too old to hold it. It's so heavy. I could read 2 pages before my wrists and hands start to hurt. So I got to put a pillow on my lap.
Wow.
I'm now too old to read The Stand.
That's what audiobooks are for.
Exactly.
Okay, the next one, October 18th, Betty White, baby, Lake Placid.
And Bill Pullman.
Bill Pullman. Who else is in that? Who's the woman? Bridget Fonda,
Oh,
right?
that's right, Bridget Fonda, who has since retired. We miss her.
Hey, look, you could do worse than Lake Placid. Is
Oh,
Oliver Platt in that?
oh, I think he is.
Look at us pulling this out of our
Fresh off of Flatliners.
Three Musketeers.
Let's see. October 19th is another one I never. Well, maybe I have no idea. Godzilla, Mothra, and King Ghidorah. Which all those movies kind of blend into one, especially once it started becoming a battle royale.
Yeah,
So
this
I don't
one's
know.
Monsters All Out Attack.
What year is it? Is it the 2000s?
I didn't write down the year on this one, so
Because they've been making those movies.
there's no way I'm gonna find it. Cause
Nah, forget it. Whatever.
you know what? I'm sure the Godzilla fans out there are like, clearly it's the 1990s.
Google it, Mary.
Clearly, I can't take the glass closest to me. Okay, I'm up.
Yeah, you're on the 20th.
October 20th. It's one of the greatest sequels of all time, Aliens from 1986. Game over,
That's a horror
man.
movie. God bless Bill
What do
Paxton.
you need to say about Aliens? Great flick, holds up. Watch it. Watch Alien while you're at it. Come on, double feature.
I wanted to name my kid Newt, but I wasn't allowed. So we went with Star instead. Lost Boys. The 21st is the 2013 remake of Evil Dead,
Uh,
which is not my favorite. It's watchable. I'll say it's watchable. It's
Not my favorite, not the worst. I was way more underwhelmed than a lot of other people that saw that movie. The best thing is wait to the end of the credits because something good.
there's an age break off for that movie. There's a certain age. I think 30 and under, you like it more than 30 and over. I'm just throwing out an arbitrary age.
The great thing is after that came Ash versus Evil Dead on cable, which is awesome.
Thank God. Thank you, Showtime.
Okay, number 20, October 22nd, we're going back to the Freddy well for Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare from 1991, which I can't remember which one this is, but this might be the one where there was like a video game or something, but I don't remember.
This is the one after Dream Warriors, right?
It's
I think it is.
I think there's no. It's
No?
Dream Warriors is 3. Then there was 4.
Oh.
This is like the 5th one, I think.
Oh, good Lord. Well, whatever. He's not dead. Freddy's never dead.
Yeah. Don't fall
October
for it.
October 23rd, Child's Play 2,
Dude,
which I don't remember 2 at all.
that's the one at the military academy, isn't it?
Could be. Don't remember.
Yeah, I'm very spotty on my Chucky knowledge.
I'm like Child's Play, and then Bride of Chucky,
Yeah.
Seed of Chucky, and then the remake.
I don't think I even saw Seed of Chucky.
It's funny.
Okay, October 24th. Now we're talking. Evil Dead from 1991, the original. I saw that
By the
in the
way,
theater.
That's not 91. That's 81.
It could be.
Yeah.
You're right. I probably just
I
wrote that
saw
down.
that. It was a double feature with Lucio Fulci's From Beyond, or Gates of Hell, or I think they call it From Beyond now. Man, what a night that was.
I'm telling you, my Avon Theater was the equivalent of your theater.
You had the Avon, which you still have. I had
Yes.
the Kent, which is now a butcher and a bakery.
Now, fun. It's you're up, and the movie you're going to say, I think I saw at your theater.
Yes, we might have both seen it at my theater when we were kids. The original Dawn of the Dead.
Yes, the movie that changed my life.
And you saw the double feature, that and Kentucky Fried Movie,
Well,
right?
no, it wasn't a double feature. It was one theater was playing Kentucky Fried Movie, the other was playing Dawn of the Dead. Me and my
Oh.
friends were in high school, and we were looking for a theater playing The Song Remains the Same. And we got lost, just way before GPS or anything. And
Right.
we pulled into this. First of all, as far as I'm concerned, I'm in Alaska. But I was actually talking to my friend Tom, who was driving on it. He goes, "Yeah, I think we were in Yonkers." I go, "Oh, I think we were definitely in Yonkers." So my friends, everybody else in the car goes to Kentucky Fried Movie. Me and Tom go to Dawn of the Dead, which is like an hour longer than Kentucky Fried Movie. Me and him are in there with just like the greatest movie unfolding in front of us. They're out in the car freezing their nuts off, waiting for us.
But they did see a great comedy.
They did
give
see
them
a
that
great
much.
comedy. Yeah.
So
if you haven't
that's
seen
awesome
1978's Dawn of the Dead, do it.
Yeah, stop watching our show. Go watch it. Come back.
Yes. No, wait till
We'll be
October 25th and watch it.
Oh, yeah, whatever. Fine. Even numbers, your turn.
Okay. I just saw this movie the other day, and actually I like it better now than when I first saw it. Death Proof, which is the second movie from the Grindhouse movies with the Kurt Russell as Stuntman Mike.
My Girl Rosario.
That was 2007. I saw that in the theater.
Saw that with Shane.
Let me tell you something.
The Grindhouse full double feature with Shane, who has ADD.
Oh my God. Let me tell you something. If I could... The first movie, the Rose McGowan dance at the beginning, is one of the greatest things ever filmed. But Death Proof's a lot of fun.
I don't think you'd want to see Rose McGowan dance now.
No. But you got Rosario Dawson, you got, what's her name? I can't remember, the girl from...
Jordan Ladd.
Jordan Ladd. The one from... she's in a million things. The one in the cheerleader uniform.
Yeah, that girl.
All right, you're up. We're almost done.
2003's original Old Boy.
I don't know if I've ever actually seen this movie.
I haven't either, but it's been on my list forever, so I think I have to pull the trigger.
Yeah, maybe we'll do that.
This Horrortober.
If we coordinate it, then we can talk about it together.
We are old boys.
The next one is one of a movie that's dear to me, but I don't know if you need to put it on your Horrortober list because you've probably seen it a million times. But we looked it up in the book, and it's a great movie. It's Ghostbusters from 84. Look, it's Halloween season. You could do worse than watching Ghostbusters. At the same time, I'd say dig deeper, people.
Yeah, watch Escape to Witch Mountain.
But if you have friends over and you've got like horror,
if the kids are over, sit the kids down.
Like that, good family friendly. Bill Murray. All right, you're up. Ooh, this is the last one before we go live.
Yes, October 29th is Night of the Living Dead Reanimated, which is actually kind of cool. It's a little long, but it's kind of cool.
Definitely interesting. So it's the Night of the Living Dead sound, but all animation.
Yeah. Hey.
Worth a look. Listen, I've seen Night of the Living Dead enough times. I don't really need to watch it again. That was an interesting way to watch it again.
Mm-hmm. Now, are you guys ready to see how we do this? The magic that is curating movies?
31 Days of Terror, available on Amazon.com.
I have in my hands 2 dice. Or 2 die.
Call me the tumbling... Hey! Mary had little lamb! Go!
Hey! So what I do, I roll 1. That's a 6. I roll the other. That's a 3. That makes a 63. Jack then goes into the book.
I go to the book. 6-3 is...
What's the category?
Horror movies with unique stories. I go to that chapter.
I've never guessed right when he names a category.
And then I go down to October 30th.
I got my pen.
You gotta be kidding me. Nightmare on Elm Street 3 Dream Warriors.
Mother effer. You have no idea how many times this is shot. It's all Freddy. Well, I just watched this.
You did. I'll tell you what.
2 weeks ago.
It's a good chance I'll be watching Dream Warrior sometime this month, but especially after you watched it, I was like, oh. I watched it last year or 2 years ago, but that's one of those ones. You and I have like our staple movies. That's like one of those.
In my dreams, I can walk.
I should buy that Blu-ray. There's that guy in that. There's that guy in that movie that's like Bill Maher's stunt double.
He's like the psychiatrist or whatever working with at the Langenkamp.
Okay, give me the number.
All right. 31.
31 for 31.
Oh my God, that's perfect. I didn't even plan that.
Here's a vague category for you: horror movies in color. Okay.
Everything after 1965. Watch, they give you the original Five Living Dead.
Here's Johnny. It's
The Shining? Wow.
Let me tell you something. The Shining on Halloween night is a good call.
That is a great way to end the night.
I'm not going to hurt you.
See, here's my problem. On Halloween night, by the time we get back from all the shenanigans that goes on, and we always turn on a horror movie, I am so zooted that any movie over 15 minutes long, I'm unconscious. I'm done.
To be honest, last year I did 31 movies, but there were some days where I didn't watch any, and other days where I watched like 2 or 3.
Oh, so, yeah, I do like sometimes 4.
Yeah, so I was really aiming at 31 last year. This year, because we're doing Final Guys 2, and I'm watching so many horror movies, I'm like, I'm going to play this one by ear. We're going to hang up, and we're both going to go watch Bad Ben.
Badder Ben.
Badder Ben.
Badder Ben.
But I got to say, this is a pretty cool list, and I'm not going to like write this list up and put it on screen. You folks heard it. Go back and rewind it if you want to hear. But the final...
I'll put it on my blog, huntershade.com. I'll put it on there.
Yeah, we'll put it on the blog. I'm not gonna... I want to get this up tonight, so I'm not going to write it up. But this is cool.
By the way, the very first movie I watched today with my kids, Pitch Perfect.
That's a horror movie. You know what?
Actually
when you type it up, send it to me, and I'll put it in the show notes on YouTube.
You got it. I'll type that sucker up, man. But literally, we are closing this show to go check out Nigel Bach's, the end of his trilogy, Badder Ben.
Which should be on your Halloween viewing list, so...
Watch Bad Ben.
Yeah, bump one of the Freddy movies and watch Badder Ben. And we got a lot of stuff coming up, so I'm coming over your place soon to do our pumpkin ale tasting, our Halloween show. We're going to Horseman's Hollow this month. We got all kinds of stuff. Chiller Theater. Oh, it's going to be the best. Oops, I can't wait to see you.
We have a lot to do. So we wanted to get this episode out now so you can get your list together and let you know to follow us. Hashtag Horrortober. Follow us on Twitter.
Yes.
Check
if you
out
watch
what
a
we're
horror
watching.
movie, hashtag it Horrortober. We'll acknowledge it. And if you watch one of these movies for the first time, let us know that you want it. Or if you buy the book, 31 Days of Terror.
Oh, and by the way, maybe tag us, because the hashtag Horrortober that I know I started 4 years ago is now being used by everyone. So I used to be able to go in, I'd look at that hashtag, all I would see is my post and a few people posting on it. Now, it's everywhere. So if there's something you really want us to see, tag us on it too.
Yeah. Hunter Shea 1 and Back and Jack.
There you go. And also, to help with your Horrortober reading list, if you want, go to huntershade.com, click on the free book icon. You get a free copy of my first ghost hunting book, Forest of Shadows.
You just reminded me.
Free for just signing up.
Dark Dossier magazine, we're doing giveaways of the Halloween issue this month. So what should we do for this one?
I think what we should do, when we get together and we start filming the episodes for this month, we're going to run specials all through the month for you guys.
Okay.
So we're going to copy that.
So watch for, go get Dark Dossier anyway, darkdossier.com, and then we'll be giving away issues later in the month.
And get ready, because Pumpkin Ale is going to be insane, because I suggested that we get really hammered before we even turn the camera on.
It's going to be awesome. All right, cheers. I'll see you soon for Pumpkin Ale, and everybody, happy Horrortober.
Happy Horrortober, everybody, suckers.
We'll see you next time on
Monster Man. Raza.